We're making the PSP great again, and here's why you need one in 2023. Greetings, my PSP heads, and welcome to the PSP Network, where we celebrate the greatest handheld of all time. In this video, we'll be discussing why you need a PSP in 2023. But before we get into the video, please do subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell so that you know when I upload my latest PSP content. With that being said, here are 5 reasons why you need a PSP in 2023. Starting off with number 1, PSP games are absolutely legendary. The PSP was ahead of its time, and that includes the games that came with it. And the fact that you can play God of War, Metal Gear Solid, and even Battlefront 2 on a handheld in 2004 is pretty remarkable. For the ones who had PSP as a kid, you had a good childhood, because I remember as a kid playing the system and remembering the Instafracture online mode was absolutely amazing to play with other people around the world. And it absolutely gave me and continues to give me experiences that I will never forget. Coming in at number 2 is Jailbreak. When the PSP was discontinued by Sony, the fans of the handheld took it into their own hands to upgrade the system. And one of the coolest things that you can do with the PSP is jailbreak it. Now, what's crazy about that is usually modding is exclusively for PC, but with the PSP, you can jailbreak it and do some really interesting modifications. When you jailbreak the system, you can add things like emulators and even free UMD movies onto it, just to name a few. And don't forget overclocking the system, which makes your games run way faster. Coming in at number 3 is that you can customize the heck out of this thing. I have seen people physically mod this thing by putting translucent shells on them and even LED lights into them, which totally changes the whole appearance of this classic look already. And I think that there is no other console that you can customize this much physically. Which leads me to number 4. If you ever need to replace any of these parts on the PSP system, they're very cheap. Most of the time you can find them on Amazon. But since the PSP is discontinued, you can't get necessarily an insurance policy on it. So say if your screen breaks, you drop your PSP and it shatters the outer casing of it. You can go on Amazon and buy a new facing screen shell for the system. And it's incredibly easy to take apart and replace any of the parts with it. If you need new buttons, you can buy new buttons for cheap. If your joystick is not working properly, you can replace the whole system. If your screen's not bright enough, you can get an IPS screen upgrade. And I don't know if there's any other console that can do that sort of thing. Let me know in the comments if I am wrong. And the 5th reason why you need a PSP in 2023 is that it can do basically everything that a Switch can do. In my opinion, there was a lot more effort put into basically anything in general back then. And that includes gaming consoles. And what I mean by that is that this system, made in 2004, can basically do anything that a Nintendo Switch can do at a third of the price. Heck, the Switch can't even take pictures on it. And I think that it's incredibly fascinating that this system can still hold up with other systems today. And I think that's why that people swear by this system, like me as well. This thing is almost like a smartphone. You can play games, you can watch movies, listen to music, surf the web, take pictures, everything. And it's just really cool to get one of these things and push the system even further by jailbreaking it. I love the PSP, and I will most likely continue to play the system till I die. And until then, I know that the homebrew, modding, and custom firmware community are going to continue to push out more content for this system. So if you get a chance, you need to pick up one of these. I found mine on Etsy, and I highly recommend you look there. You can also look on Facebook Marketplace, you can also look on Mercari, or even eBay. But one thing's for certain, this system will absolutely serve you well. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and again, please like and subscribe for more PSP content. I'll see you guys in the next video.